G'day everybody, this is Nick Davis on behalf of Old World Tube and the Legoville playlist, and we are going to take another look at my townhouse mug here, the townhouse mug that involves set number 31105, Townhouse Toy Store, and set number 31097, the Townhouse Petshop and Cafe. This has been changed a little bit, but we're going to talk about it a bit more after the jump, so I'll see you there. Bye bye bye. Hey everybody, and welcome back. As you know, we're going to quickly talk about my mark here, the mark of the Creator Townhouse Toy Store and the Creator Townhouse Petshop and Cafe. Basically, this is an amalgamation of those two sets to make a larger piece. Now, I've done a video probably about 6 months ago featuring this, but we've done some changes since then, so I want to share those changes with you. One of the primary things is, if you look at the old video, which will be a little card up in the corner about there, to basically show you where it is, it basically would, it actually spreads out a little bit further than this. So the first thing we did is I basically decided to build this into a 32 by 32 base plate. So basically it fits into more of a modular fashion into the upcoming reborn Legoville city. Some of the features you see here pretty much haven't changed. We have put the pet shop is down in the corner just there. The ATM, I believe, is from another set right across here, and also the newsstand is from the old transport set. We've got our Porsche guy sitting up there in his penthouse apartment, and we've added due to some comments in my last video about this, we've added a way for the minifigs to get in and out, but we'll go more into that deeper. I'm going to quickly turn this around so you can see a little bit more of it. You can see the Townhouse Toy Store is in there too, and we basically crunched things together a little bit and made sure they all fit into the space. We'll go into greater detail in a few moments as I basically break down the modular bit piece by piece. But as you can see, it's basically the Townhouse Petshop Cafe construction with the toy store bolted onto the side. To make this particular mark, you will need two of the Townhouse's Pet Shop sets. That's the set number 31097. But if you have enough bricks, you should be able to basically build your own, more or less. And also, of course, you also need 31105, the Townhouse Toy Store. Okay, we've done a rotation of this now. I'm going to zoom in a couple places so you can quickly look around there. There's our Porsche guy. That is the pet shop. There's our toy store. And there's the cafe. We're going to break this down in a few seconds here, but I'm certainly now you can see elements are all from the Townhouse and Toy Store set and from the Townhouse Pet Shop set, all basically crunched together to make this interesting, nice little city block. It's very active, and I kind of really enjoy this kind of mark. Like the set number 31097, the Townhouse and Pet Shop Cafe, has turned out to be an interesting parts set. So a set that you basically buy for parts, and you can basically get a lot of value out of that set. In fact, it's one of Lego's most value for money sets, I believe. Now, that being said, I'm going to basically loosen the connections here a little bit so it's easier to pull this apart, and then we'll basically take a dive down into the building. So, see you in a minute. Bye bye. And we are back. Now, anyone who has made a modular building will know that you can get particularly clutchy when you basically push them together and you're trying to take them apart. So I didn't want any extra bits flying off the construction as I showed it to you, because that can be distracting. And I wanted to give you a nice smooth look in there, so I pre-loosened it, as you can see by the huge gaps now. And so we can easily take this apart and take a look what's going on inside the modular mark here. First up here we've got the roof, and the roof is taking the roof element from the townhouse, that is a long convoluted word, the Townhouse Pet Shop and Cafe, and adding the solar panels in it and more or less doubling up on the roof here. That comes off quite nicely because I've also pre-loosened it, and we can see inside the Porsche guy's bedroom. Now here it's a little different. I've used some elements from my Lego stash. And you see the bed there, the moving blinds, and if I move over here, you can just see the bookcase videos and the TV here. Many leather bound additions, so you can basically impress the Lego girls in the building. And here we have the line that goes back and forth. The office, this guy, no privacy whatsoever. And we're going to take this off here so we can look inside the main part of his apartment. You may see here, this is actually attached on the side here. It's next to the locking mechanism, which goes... Yeah. Actually, here we go. Which goes here, basically locks it all down, nice, sweet fix. Looking inside the main part of the penthouse here, you notice I actually have steps here, so the minifig can actually find his way up in his bedroom. We have the Gamer Boy here. And you can see inside his guy, he's got lots of pop culture items, people teddy bear, a space game thing, an aquarium, and a Green Lantern from my Lego stash, and some nice tile floors, a kitchen unit, and if I move it around like so, you can see the gamer guy's playing a game. And this is a nice little one in penthouse, which the stairs obviously lead up here. And they go through the door here and leads down the stairs here. So minifigs now have a way into the building. This was inspired by Mini City Builder, whose name I can't remember exactly, from YouTube. But I do believe now basically all minifigs should have access to where they are going, so it adds an extra element to your build to think about. The roof comes off here and we can see inside the townhouses and toy stores apartment here. This is pretty much what you see in the instructions. For the townhouse piece, all it is is the back to it, which is basically the townhouse piece here, and it gives us a nice little building there. Now we're going to lift this entire structure off here, so I'm going to see if I can get this right and done. Hopefully nothing will fall off. So here we go. Oh, I'm actually nervous doing this one-handed. There we go. The disconnect's quite easy. We'll just put it over here. And obviously the structure comes off here, so we can see the ground floor of this mod. Big nice look inside. We can see inside the pet store. There's the pet store owner. There's another aquarium there. Obviously I have two sets, so I can basically double up in the aquarium. That's why you see one in the penthouse. And we've got the nice little cafe going on here. I actually used the instructions to build the kitchen unit, which you see upside in the penthouse, because that's actually a nice little unit there to put in there for the cafe. The cafe's somewhere to basically bake things and make things. And we've got a customer in there, a plumber. We have the owner there and the girl coming in to order some more food. And now we can see inside the toy store, which is basically more of a model store than a toy store. And we can see the sets are in there. There's the saleswoman. Everything in Lego, everything in Legoville and Lego Cities costs $100, just so you know. Hyperinflation in this place, hyperinflation. You can see another part of the cafe just here. And you can see from the standard front, it's really just the standard front from the instructions said. Nothing really kind of crazy is happening here, so basically I made the boxes more boxy so they have bags on them. And using the bricks that are basically in the sets to basically fill them together. Around the cafe outside eating area has been shrunk down considerably. I just wanted everything to go on the 32 by 32. It seemed to make some kind of sense to do that. There's another view into the pet store, and this can be more or less butted up against any other module that kind of fitting quite nicely into the build. Though its location in the old Legoville was more or less independent, overlooking the bay. This may change in the new city build. And you look at a couple more elements here. And then we're just going to put our bowl back together again. So we start with the this piece here. Now you can hear me before you try to push these down so they lock onto the studs. There we go. Oh, now it's going to start popping. There we go. Oh, I read this one off there. That's probably why it was popping just there. Oh no, it's all going horribly wrong. There we go. That is much better. There. Now it's locking on properly. We're going to grab the next section, which is here. For many of Lego viewers, it actually is easier to push your modules together if you're using both hands. Make sure it's all lined up. Push it down onto the bricks. You can see it now taking much better shape here. Put the roof on. There we go. Put the second floor of the penthouse on. Make sure it's all lined up. There we go. And finally, the roof, so it doesn't get rained on. Not that it ever rains in Legoville. And there we go. And we'll just clip in the guttering just like so. So there we are. That is the quick breakdown and rebuild of my townhouse and toy store, pet shop, cafe building. The biggest change is it's been condensed, so it basically fits on a 32 by 32, so it's easier to move and slot in and out the city. We've added probably the stairwells for the minifigs to get in and out of the buildings, which kind of makes good sense, and will be incorporated into any future mocks that I do to ensure that our minifigs can find their way around and get in and out of their buildings. Porsche Guy still owns the penthouse up there for now, and everything slides. You can recognise these elements from the pet store, Townhouse Pet Store Cafe. Oh, that's still a mouthful. And they're all incorporated into the build. All in all, I'm very happy with this. It was minimal effort to basically shrink it down to the size. Just had to basically squeeze some elements together and rethink some rebuilds for the steps. Entertaining evening to get it all done. And it's going to be a nice addition to Legoville when we basically refound it, which I think we're going to call New Legoville. So you've heard that here first. That is an exclusive. That being said, I want to thank you all for coming along and watching this video with me today. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments below, and I will try to get my best to answer them for you. You have a great day, be safe, mask up, and speak to you again real soon. This is Nick Davis signing off and saying, play well.